tugged at the cobwebs surrounding her. She wasn't completely stuck, but the webs were slowing her down, and the oncoming spiders clearly didn't have the same problem. They skittered over the sea of webbing at full speed. Somebody do something, buzzed Poe. I must look delicious right now. There's no time to escape, Ash said. We have to fight. Morgan held up his sword. They're coming right onto us, so just be ready to hit them when they get close, he said. If you time your swing right, you'll be okay. Don't miss. Don't miss, Jody muttered under her breath. She held her sword like a baseball bat. She waited as a spider came closer. Closer. She swung. The sword knocked the spider backwards. It recovered quickly and it pounced once more. But Jody was ready. A second hit was enough to destroy it. The spider flopped into its back and disappeared in a puff of pixels. I should play more baseball, Jody said. Don't let your guard down, Harper said. There are many spiders where they came from. We wanted spiders, said Jody, readying her sword again. We got spiders. Be careful what you wish for, said Poe, as the next one moved in for the attack. When the last spider fell, Jody and the others turned their attention to the cobwebs. Using their swords, they hacked a path through the sticky strands until they were all free. Ash picked up the strings left behind, and Harper went around to collect the loot that had been dropped by the spiders. Beautiful, said Harper. I was hoping for a spider eye or two, but there are at least 10 here. So, do you have everything you needed for your potions? Jody asked. More than I need, said Harper. Between these eyes and the blaze powder that the librarians left for us, we are in good shape. Let's head back. I remember the way Ash said Jody was always impressed, as Ash said. Jody was always impressed with Ash's sense of direction. It was just one of the many talents Ash had honed as a wildling scout. Ash led them out of the woods over a hill and toward a small blocky structure in the distance. Home, sweet home, said Morgan. It's not much of a home, said Jody, and she made a face. The bunker basic was just so basic, a plain gray code with single door and no windows. She had wanted to make it a pyramid or an obelisk or a llama-shaped tower, but the group had asked her not to spend time or materials on temporary shelter. It was simply a place to store their beds and crafting materials while they get ready for their next big mission. Spawn point, sweet spawn point, she said with a sigh. There was one artistic addition that Jody had insisted on, though. She saw it now as they got closer. A blocky human-shaped figurine stood watch over their shelter. He had a body of hay, wooden fence limbs, and a carved pumpkin for a head. Jody had named their friend Scarecrow Joe. Hi, Joe, said Poe, and he waved at the scarecrow. What's new? The scarecrow, of course, said nothing. I don't think he likes me very much, Poe whispered to Jody. She giggled. Harper got right to work. She walked up to the cauldron that they left just outside the shelter. The spider eyes were the last ingredient I needed. Now I can finally make these potions. And then we'll be ready? Asked Morgan. I don't know if we'll ever be ready to face the Evoker King. Harper shrugged. But after this, we'll have everything on your list. Morgan hopped up and down with excitement. He had drawn up a wish list of items: potions, arrows, diamond armor, and enchanted swords. They were all things that he thought would help them in their mission. Ash put a hand on Harper's shoulder. We can do this, Harper. Remember what the librarian said? She told us that we'd find the source of the Evoker King's power at the heart of the world. Coordinates 00. Ash pointed at their map. We're close, and we're preparing for days. If we're not ready now, we never will be. You're not ready, said the voice. Jody looked around. Was it her imagination? Or had that voice come from over here, said the Scarecrow. Scarecrow Joe? She said. Not Joe, said Morgan. He drew his sword. I recognized the voice. It's the Evoker King. The Scarecrow's eyes lit up. It turned its head to look at them and chuckled. That's impossible, Ash muttered. But Jody knew that the impossible was often possible in Minecraft if you got creative enough, and while the Evoker King wasn't exactly a creative type, he seemed to be really good at breaking the rules. Put your weapons away, said the Evoker King. I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to help. Yeah, right, said Poe. He didn't push his sword away, and neither did anyone else. The path forward is full of danger, said the king. The item you seek is deep beneath the ground, locked away within the dungeon. You have no hope of reaching it. The dungeon is more than you can handle. You have no idea what we can handle, said Ash. We're not afraid of your dungeon, and we're not afraid of you, said Morgan. This is your final warning, said the king. Turn back now. Turn back before it's too late. And with that, the Scarecrow burst into flames. Jody flinched from the fire. Joe, she cried. That guy is worse, Poe said. He's not really a guy, said Harper. He was trying to scare us, said Ash. And that means he's scared, said Morgan. He knows we're close to defeating him. Jody squinted into the flames. Do you hear the Evoker King? She shook her blocky fist in defiance. We're coming for you, you creep. The end of chapter 2 of Minecraft Dungeon Crawl.
Woodsword Baby Chronicles.